What's left, what's right, what's down, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Dream League Season 13 Major Qualifiers. My name is Nomad, joining me is Mo Farah as we get into Team Secret versus Wind and Rain for this best of two series here in Group B of the EU Qualifiers. Mo Farah, give me a bold prediction.
I think Wind and Rain are going to lose.
Oh.
Very bold.
Yeah,
Can I just say, the thing that I'm really loving so far is that Wind and Rain lost to Tiny Ogre at the end of Game 2 against Alliance. They're like, you know what? We quite like a piece of this.
Looks pretty good. Yeah, it's just when you see that nice Ferrari driving past, you take it to the store, take it for a ride. Maybe I could have a go on this.
I'm not sure what I expect for this series, to be honest. You know, coming into it, we're assuming Secret should just win 2-0. I mean, I think everybody is. But Wind and Rain aren't a bad team at all. Like, they didn't play too well against Alliance, but then I've looked over the games already. I'm sure they've had a couple of hours in between.
So they're warm. Remaining. This is Secret's warm-up game, right? Wind and Rain, true. They're already warmed up. They're ready to go. Maybe that's going to be the difference in this one. But I mean, looking at it realistically, it's high probability of a 2-0. What I'm looking interested in, what strats are we going to see coming out from Secret?
Turn to ban.
I didn't actually watch any of their open qualifier game because I was casting the other side of the bracket to where they were running. So I have no idea. I know they did this lifestealer support meme thing with the Leshrak, but obviously it's been nerfed since. So I don't know. Oh, okay, lifestealer's banned now anyway. But I mean, they've just picked Yaps or Rubik. Maybe it just doesn't matter what the patch is for them. They just pick Yaps or Rubik every game anyway, right? So
10 seconds remaining.
Do any other changes to any other heroes matter?
5 seconds remaining.
I like that they're just banning out TA counters in the mid lane as well. You know, when you pick your TA in this first phase, it's really important you protect her with a couple of good bans.
Yeah. Is TA always fourth pick so that you can then ban stuff afterwards and you don't get anything picked up, or can you take it in the first two?
I think if you have the opening 2, you can, but then you risk giving away a counter that you could have banned out otherwise, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, but I've seen TA's win versus Viper, though, so I'm not even convinced that TA has that many counters anymore.
I think Viper's probably better now, though, because of how the poison attacks changed.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Alrighty, well, we have a Winter Wyvern picked up from Team Wind and Rain. Going to be playing around with this boy. Did he get changed an awful lot? Oh, yeah, he can now attack people during his ultimate, right?
Remaining.
Yes, so we were talking about this before. People have been taking the damage talent Wyvern because you can damage people during your curse. So why not? Unfortunately, you lose out on the 90 GPM. So I think there's still games for both, but yeah, definitely not a bad talent at all, especially as a position 4. This Tiny's going to be a core then. Could be a 3, could be a 2. I think it's probably not going to be a 1. TA versus Tiny is a volatile matchup either way, I think. So I'd like to see that. Ooh. Cool. Nature's Prophet. I mean, I think this hero's gained a lot of traction over the last few days since the patch, just because of how important the objectives are around the map now. You have the outposts coming in as well.
Yeah, this has been one which I've been expecting to see a lot more of. Nature's Prophet and Enigma are the two heroes which I've been kind of hoping to see a lot more of than we have so far. I think the Enigma was like a little bit affected by the 7-minute item spawning, obviously limiting jungling from the get-go. I saw a game where Enigma was jungling, I think Milan was on Enigma for chicken fights, and he was giving the items to the mid laner, and they gave her like 5 minutes. He gave her a, what's that, the Ocean Charm or something?
Ocean Heart, yeah.
Ocean Heart, yeah. And that thing was crazy in the mid lane, because you're just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to push the lane out and sit in the river and get all my health and mana back. So that was pretty broken. The guy loses the lane because of that, but there you go. But yeah, Nature's Prophet obviously can jungle if he wants. Probably going to be more of a lane presence, but can kill couriers like nobody's business. This man is a courier killer. We got to make a counter.
I was going to say, we could always remember that it could be a Zai Nature's Prophet still as well.
True.
And they could just put the this Abaddon Nature's Prophet can both play as the 3 and the 5 now. So depending on how the lanes play out, they can just swap around. Puppy and Zai very good at playing both. I would imagine it's more likely to be an Abba 3, I would think. But again,
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Abaddon's he's still on people's radars, you know. It's a lot of people playing a lot of different heroes right now, trying to test the waters, see what's good. TA definitely seeing like one of the really good ones. Puck as well. Kunka's still very strong. Venge has been one which has really risen up in popularity recently. It's been pretty interesting seeing what's been going, what's been coming, what's been having fun.
I think Venge is either first picked or first phase banned like every single game so far.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I think Viper's been banned out like every single game. It's not picked, but it's been banned every single game in the second phase.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, interesting.
I think you're right, at least from recent memory. Ursa banned, by the way, by Wind and Rain.
Yeah, I mean, I hear it's super fun. We played a pub with it when I played it yesterday, and was it the day before or something, and it's so fun. I love that hero.
10 seconds remaining.
Just and the fact you don't have to buy Stout Shield on it anymore either, and you can just buy all the Venom at the start. I think is really big for that hero.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's a really nice quality of life change. So a lot of these heroes would like to be aggressive, doing stuff off the start, top of the bat. You know, it's pretty nice. Alrighty, Team Secret are gonna round off their draft with the roundest hero of them all, Gyrocopter. He's good at the start, he's good in the middle, he's good at the end, he's good everywhere, and spreads out his damage across everybody. So yeah, definitely a nice spread hero.
Yeah, I like the Secret hero draft a lot. So, like, you look at their timing at like this 20-minute mark, where they get the first Roche on TA, and then they just go. Like, they have good sustain with the Abba as well. They have good push power with the Nature's Prophet and the Abba. Like, they have these two really strong cores with B2B timings.
Oh, I like this from Wind and Rain, though. They pull out the Tinker. They pull out this strange pick. They're trying to find a little niche to take advantage of and see if they can't grab themselves a cheeky victory. But is it a good Tinker game with the Nature's Prophet? They don't have that much cash. They don't have much lockdown at all.
It's okay. I think it's going to be more down to Secret to try and make plays happen earlier on the map. Like try and invade jungle, you know, Puppy on Nature's Prophet, try and play around this mid lane more. They need to pressure the Tinker. Because the side lanes are going to be, you know, they're not going to be easy for Secret, but I think as long as they can focus on the mid lane, you know, take away the power of this win objective in the Tinker from Wind and Rain, I fancy their chances. They're also just a good it's Secret. Like
it's Secret. Yeah, that's gonna be the after any analysis, it's always gonna be like, yeah, Wind and Rain did this really nicely. They've got this going on for them, but they are playing against Secret.
I mean, it has to be said though, for Wind and Rain, their side lanes are really strong. Like they have Axe Wyvern in one and Tiny Ogre in the other.
Yeah, that's definitely scary. They don't want to get crushed Wind and Rain, is what they're telling me. And they're going to try and make it work with their Tinker in the middle lane. I do worry about how Tinker's going to do versus TA, but at the same time, you've got that laser to protect you from any over-aggression from Nisha. I don't think it's too bad.
I think when TA gets 6, it's going to be a big thing. Like if they can get some kills with traps, you know, lift back into trap, you know, have a Nature's Prophet TP and maybe killing the Tinker's courier once at the start of the game could be a big game changer. Yes.
Yeah, but as I say, you know, only the lift and the homing missile to really work with on the side of Team Secret in terms of lockdown could come back to bite them. It could be a bit of a factor in this game. Struggling to close out kills, but then at the same time, with what their draft really wants from the game, it seems to be more about just taking objectives, pushing hard, you know, hopefully having a good time at TA, and then just having a Abaddon sit behind her and doing his thing. But this is a master level Tinker, level 25 on Wish. Should they change that to level 30 now that's the new max level?
Yeah, they should actually, shouldn't they? But you'd have to play like a million games to get to level 30 from level 25.
If it still went up incrementally, then yeah, that would be pretty brutal.
That'd be horrendous.
Funny though.
Oh yeah, of course. Especially if it didn't like retroactively go back and check all your other wins that you put on the hero.
Yeah. Have a new race, you know, get all those Reddit posts. Oh, I made level 30. That'll be like 3 years from now, and everyone will be like, "Dude, this game died ages ago. We're playing Fortnite 3 now."
So, okay, Tiny starts with quelling Ring of Proc, so he can have some armor.
Are you ready to run?
That's fair enough. And Ogre just starts with the buckler. Another one. Another buckler.
Another buckler. Why not? Bucklers do seem fairly strong, to be honest with you. I'm a big
Nature's
buckler fan.
Prophets. Puppy's going to be going for this early Vlads as well to try and help with the timing that we talked about. Not too much of a surprise.
Interestingly, Yol is the only one who has gone for this buckler. Nobody else has gone for any of the 450 gold items.
To be honest, I mean, Puppy's going to be wanting to get that buckler at some point. He'll probably be getting it relatively quickly anyway.
Boogie just fighting into Puppy right now. He's got the little trees to help him out, and he's got the quicker fingers as well. Puppy will take this rune. Buggy. Ooh, Boogie needs to get his way away right now, but the missile's coming in.
Tree block
yeah, they're going to get the kill. Trees give them the vision. Puppy draws first blood.
First blood.
It's already more action-packed than any of his Lifestealer games.
Yeah. Oh god, guys, why did they ban Lifestealer? I have to click now. Oh, damn.
I love that. Whenever the 5 changes came out, everyone was like, wow, 5s are going to be so like more action-packed, you know. You're going to have loads of items. You're going to be able to do way more on the 5. And Puppy's like, no. I'm going to pick Lifestealer. I'm just going to get inside someone and just kick back, eat some popcorn.
Yeah, let me show you.
Yeah, I'm going beyond 6. There's a lot of action coming out in this top lane as they're just kind of trading hits, but not spells, just right clicks.
TA's doing really well so far in the mid lane though. Just stopping Ticker from getting anything, it feels like.
Yeah, some really nice little side blade hits here as well. Using that laser to secure a range creep, always pretty nice as well, but Nisha's going to get this one. At least Wish will be able to grab a melee creep under his tower. 6-3 to 4-2. Not a bad start from Wish. We'll keep an eye on things as this develops up here. I think the side lanes we're going to see some action, and Nikwa is getting jumped upon, but Boogie trying to give him the protection he needs, and that is going to be done with the Battle Hunger onto Puppy. He could deny one of his creeps. Yeah, he's going to give Matubla steal it. No.
I wonder whether Matubla goes Flak or Rocket Barrage at level 2. I think Flak might just be better for the lane overall. Just for like...
It's always awkward to go Rocket Barrage when you don't have any way to control people up, right? And they don't. They can try and maybe do some blocks with Nature's Call. It's tempting. We'll see what he was. Yeah, he does go for the Rocket Barrage anyways. I think especially when you look at the level 1, yeah, they'll have more levels by level 5, but it's always nice to be able to fight over the runes at level 5.
Wish is getting very low in the middle lane, by the way. And yeah, this is what I mean. Puppy just gets his courier, and now like... Wish just doesn't have any more regen past this point. So Nisha's really going to push his advantage here and just try and chip away at him as much as he can.
Yeah, I mean, Wish has a laser to stop Nisha just running up to him and hitting him, but unfortunately that blind doesn't last forever. Wish is certainly going to be probably wishing he was dead in this middle lane as things get real rough for him, and Nisha's going to start to take control with the help of Puppy. Okay, does manage to secure that range creep. So 2 range creep for himself with 1 laser. That's a lot of value for Wish there, so that's actually pretty good. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Nefrit leading the creeps on a merry chase around the tower, and Yol just harassing Yapsor and trying to get his creeps back. What do you think of this new changes to Tree, by the way?
To Tree?
Yeah, to the tree on Tiny.
I haven't played it since the most recent patch change, but when I played it when it first came out, and it was... Oh, the tree on Tiny. I think meant Tree.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's fun to play. Because you can just farm really quickly, especially with this Bloodlust, but it's just you just have to get used to the change. I think you farm so much quicker, but it'll be interesting to see what kind of builds come out from the Tiny. And we saw earlier it was Drum Commander, I think.
Oh, toss back onto the Abaddon here. Zai, he's not really getting too low, though. Plenty tanky enough. And they're actually turning this one around onto Yol. Lifted up, thrown back. Nefrit trying to help him out as best he can. They do get the Curse of Avernus off, but won't be able to get any more damage in than that. And the salve under the tower is going to keep him nice and healthy. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Nisha's actually managed to drop to fairly significantly low amount of HP. Going to take a while for that courier to get out to him as well. Meanwhile, Wish also not really that healthy. Meanwhile, that's Matu's courier. Boogie manages to find it. I think he just ran it down. I think that was a bit of miss micro from Matu.
Yeah, I think it was a spin, possibly as well.
Maybe, but it's really hard for, you know, carry players. They're not used to having to control the courier, etc. Yeah, that's not their job. So.
Yeah, they normally don't get the courier, so...
True, not off the mid lane.
To get used to this.
Still, the fighting continues, but only 1 kill so far, despite a very aggressive, very, like, just aggressively positioned game where everyone's right down each other's throats. So. You know, we said Wind and Rain had good lanes, and they're certainly holding their own right now.
Nico on this Wyvern, gonna want to try and... Yeah, he cancels from someone's salve. It's pretty sad. And look at what this courier kill mid has done, by the way, to this Tinker. He's so sad. Look at the CS.
Just a null talisman in his pocket. 11 creeps to his name.
I think he has Yeah, he has a bottle coming out now. Okay, so he's getting there. He hasn't died.
It's a slow journey. He hasn't died. Yeah, that's definitely looking on the bright side. Bounty runes coming up. Yol and Yapsor fighting over them. Meanwhile, Boogie's just going for a cheeky side bounty rune here. Got to make it 2 for 2 when he grabs that one up.
What's with Timbermac coming out? Oh, he's got his other Wraith. Oh, the stuff that died before and a little bit more regen. Okay.
Yeah, kind of nice that he didn't get punished too hard for his courier death there. He's actually doing very well on CS, matching Boogie even.
Yapsor already has his arcanes as well on this Rubik, so doing really well. Obviously with the boots first, it's a little bit easier.
Liquid just being extra careful with his courier as well. Doesn't want to give any sight on it. I'm wondering when we're going to see some wards coming down from Puppey to try and hunt some more couriers.
I'd like to see wards down from Puppey that helps see the Tinker's jungle, to be honest. Because I feel like he's not had a lane, right? So if you can continue the pressure on this Tinker, he's really going to struggle.
True. Kick a man while he's down, why don't you? But for real, you can't stop kicking Tinker though. The moment you take your eyes off this guy, he's in the jungle, farming stacks. Not made for him. Meanwhile, Abaddon up in the top lane. Zai's getting run down here with the tree toss. They'll be able to grab the kill. Yol and Nefrit draw blood.
Odds on Yapsor stealing this big creep.
100%.
Oh,
damn. Get it. Oh, those were good odds, guys. I hope you put your bets down.
Just taking his
100 to 1.
Are fortified.
He's just following him.
But this is what I mean. All they have to do is keep their eyes on the Tinker at all times.
Yeah, meanwhile down in the bottom lane, Marty firing off some rockets.
Oh, he's creative.
Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. Laser. He's jumping around the trees. Okay, won't get the courier. We'll play around with Wish a little bit here. There's no TPs coming over. Yol's running over. And they did smartly scout out that ward as well, so...
Has to be said, it's a very slow game so far, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised. But this kind of favors Secret, though, right? Because Wind and Rain, they have good laning heroes. They didn't necessarily win the lanes, but oh, Puppey could be in some trouble now. As the blast coming in from the Wyvern, that's going to put an end to it. And now the Rocket Barrage onto Boogie, going to force him back as well. And once again, just no kills. Never any kills. 1-1 so far.
Nice. 6 gold. Easy.
I'm yet to see someone die to that.
Oh, please. That would be amazing.
The 1 HP dig. Go for it. Yes, another mango tree.
That's really good for Tiny as well, actually.
Yeah, he can do a lot with the mango tree. I'm just interested to see where they place it, because we had one placed on this high ground the other game. Seemed to do a bit. Oh, in goes Boogie, though. He's dropping real low on HP, and with Nisha coming over, they should be able to tidy up this kill onto the axe. Yol on the run. Nothing to cancel this TP. He's going to get out to safety, but this courier will not be so lucky, as Yol's courier does get killed with a sentry and a stick.
They did de-ward Yapsor's ward that he put down mid behind the tier 1, by the way, so... Not going to be there for him anymore, so less courier snipes.
Always a good thing.
Why did Puppey put down the Ops ward before the sentry? I have so many questions there. That's the kind of thing that everyone does, like, all the time without thinking. Like, I do it in my games all the time as well. And I'm like, yeah, I just want to get this vision. Oh no, I should have put sentry. Oh no, they had a ward.
Yeah.
Oh.
All of a sudden, you're looking a bit silly with all your wards gone. But there you go. And Zai also just cutting creep waves here, and now popping the shield and popping the fortification as well, just to... I'm not sure what he's doing down here, to be honest.
Oh, he eats the royal jelly.
Delicious. Who?
On Gyrocopter. So who has the other one? I assume it's Nisha. Yeah, it is.
Nisha's holding on to this trusty shovel as well.
Use the shovel, Nisha.
Use the shovel. Come on, man. You could get a bounty rune. At least give it to Rubik. He'll do some digging for you. This is a very poor digging.
I mean, Yapsor's never you know, missing out the chance on possibly getting a bounty rune, is he?
Boogie chasing down Puppey here, but doesn't really have anything else inside the core, but still getting some damage in. Nefrit's making his way over as well. There's the avalanche. Have they got the toss? Doesn't actually, he's only got 1 point in it, but they still get the kill into Puppey, just tossing Nisha away. Get out of it, Nisha. And they actually kill the trap before he can get the slow off, so Boogie should still be able to run away from this one. He's fast enough. And now an outpost going the way of Nefrit as well. Meanwhile, up at top, they're pinging in that one out as well. That one should belong to Secret, so 252 XP either way. And Puppey's going to TP in and get to work. See, Wish is digging. You can't rearm shovel.
Oh, that would be amazing.
No,
oh, you can't.
Phew.
Oh.
I'm hoping that wasn't overlooked, but I imagine there's more than enough Tinker games for us to know if that would be a thing. Yeah, this is when Tiny feels a little bit crazy. Max Bloodlust with max Tree Throw. And let's just have a look at how this tower does. Ow. 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 And...
Boogie's like, oh, you didn't want to give me the last hit. Come on, man.
Martu's waiting for something. He's waiting to see if the Tinker comes up onto the high ground here, but that's not going to happen. And they've actually got the vision on him right now, so the call comes out. Martu really aggressive here and getting punished mightily for it as it gets finished off, ticked away by the battle hunger.
Yeah, it's really important for Wind and Rain that they protect this Tinker while he's jungling up to the Spirits of Travel. Like when he hits that mark, he can be a little bit more self-sustainable.
Let's throw it over to Net Worth and see the TA pretty firmly ahead, but honestly, Wind and Rain doing very well on their Axe, their Tinker, and Nefrit as well, all doing quite well. But it's very, very close, all in all in CS. And then Net Worth.
Nisha's about to hit Deso though, so I think this is going to be a big point for them if they can try around, you know, get some more objectives, try and play a bit more aggressive. Because you have like heroes like Gyrocopter, Abba, and TA that are all just good at running at people, right? They need to just try and be playing on the front foot more. Yeah, and they smoke up with the Gyro and the Abba. This is a really good play. Invade that mango tree area.
Get the mango tree. You know the strat, take all the mangoes and cut it down. Meanwhile, there's going to be the Ogre who's the recipient of this gank, and he is not lasting very long at all. He gets torn apart, and the tower should join him in the ground, both making a little dual grave. Mid one tower, RIP.
Mid one tower?
Whoa.
Too soon.
Too soon, man. Has he seen the tree? That's the
I like
important
that,
thing.
Zai's holding onto his skill point, by the way, for the borrowed time. So he can choose when he wants to use it for the first time, like the first usage.
Yeah, of course, of course. A very common play on Baden nowadays, but always nice to see that level of efficiency.
He's actually holding another skill point as well, which is interesting.
Maybe he's collecting them.
Like,
I mean, legit. That's
neat work.
Oh dear. Yeah, he's having some difficulties right now. Going to throw down the Winter's Curse, try and go for the TP, and that is enough. There's no stuns. The Absol is only there with the lift. Being on the bottom lane, they're going on deep. Nisha's in some trouble. She's under the tower, getting beaten down. The Cunning Blade's going to grab the kill. Axe is going to die in response, though. Boogie has fallen. But Secret, they're looking for revenge right now. Nefrit going for the TP, and the lack of stuns is really hurting right now. Yapsal, the only one with them available. And you're going to go for a little bit of adventure into the tree lines here. Puppey has definitely seen this, though. Instantly pinged, and they eliminate him very quickly indeed.
Yeah, he didn't have TP on Ogre, so...
Yeah.
Worth a go.
Yeah, gotta try it, you know.
What does the Absol have now? What's he he's sitting on just the 8th lens. Okay, is he building BOTs? He is. Interesting. I guess when you're playing against a Tinker and you just want to be setting up for kills over and over again, like you said, because he's the one that with the stun. I guess he wants to be the one with the BOTs to get across the map. And then Yapsel steals Avalanche and he's like, why is it level 1? Hello? Tiny?
What's happening?
I'm pretty sure you're supposed to go 4-1-4.
That's what I've seen previously, but, you know, Nefrit,
maybe
he's doing things differently.
Maybe it's because he's playing against the Ruby.
Or maybe he just wants to use the Avalanche to pop the refraction charges and the toss to do the actual damage.
Yeah, possibly.
Is that big brain time?
Yes, very big.
Good.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He also gets stuck in trees to has to kill a kobold so he can get out.
Goddamn kobolds.
Yeah. Secret wanting to play aggressive here, but Nico's doing a really good job of just sitting in these trees. But unfortunately, he is spotted by an Obs Ward.
Yeah, they actually put well, a Tinker Ward ends up being a Wyvern Ward, but you know, there you are. Lift comes out, he's trying to get off the ultimate, but actually stunned up by Zai's Avalanche with the Nisha coming in. Wish is just firing out these missiles. Yol is actually coming on the front lines. This feels like a very awkward engagement from Wind and Rain, but they've got the March of the Machines down. It's doing a fair amount of work, but Yol's still going to get ticked away. Just on the edge of the march there. Wasn't able to get in deep enough for it to offer any real protection. Which is going to be a little bit careful. He doesn't have the Blink Dagger. He's just firing out the rockets right now, daring them to come towards him. But they are able to hold this tower. This is the Tinker effect. Might not have a Blink, but still able to defend.
You have to remember that Boogie was sitting behind him with a Blink, though. So if they'd have gone on the Tinker, he would have tried to turn there on the axe. Just to get something
Yeah,
in return.
you don't want to get like 2 or 3 man axe called inside of March of the Machines, but Roshan is going to be the next call, and look at how quickly they do this. I mean, does Rosh need a buff? I watch things like this, and I'm just like, man, this is 15 minutes in. Don't be doing my boy like this.
I know, but I think it's important that you are able to take Rosh, because the reason they can take it is because TA has rushed to Deso and she has meld.
True.
Like, if TA can't take Rosh, then who is?
Yeah.
Like, there are just naturally going to be some heroes that take Rosh better than others.
You're trying to tell me that life's not equal. We all have to start from the bottom and make something of ourselves in any way we can.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
How inspiring, my friend. Thank you. We all
Tinker's
thank
Blink
you.
now. So he is
he's pretty
making
set.
something for himself.
What have we here?
Are we scared for Secret at all? I mean, if the game turns into a bit of a stalemate where they can't push because of the Tinker, and they can't push their advantage, and the game just goes on too late, you know, things going to start to get rough. But then again, you look at Wind and Rain. Who do they actually have to fall back on in the late game?
Yeah, I mean, it's literally just the Tinker, isn't it, that they can hope to play around. Puppy's with his Glimmer Cape is being...
Oh, he's trying to get away. Niko's on top of him. They don't want to let him get away with this one. You've killed one too many couriers. The RSPCA has arrived, and they are punishing Puppy. Trying to go for the TP out here, but that's not going to happen. Wish will claim the kill and get himself back to base. Is it worth it to die for a courier kill now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
It still gives gold to your whole team, doesn't it?
It gives the gold, but it also takes away their passive gold as well, which is, you know, it's a decent chunk. So.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Is he going Orchid on TA? No, he's going BKB. Okay, fair enough.
Nisha sets a trap. The trap is sprung, and Wyvern is dead.
I'd actually really like to see a Yules on Yapsel. I think it's really good against the Axe Call. You know, it delays the Tinker more. I mean, Axe is always just good.
Hey, can Tinker farm the Ancient Camp and the lane creeps with March of the Machines now here?
Say that again.
Can he farm the creep wave and the Ancient Camp?
Yes.
March of the Machines there. That's pretty nice. That's a nice quality of life change to him.
I also think...
Stealth buff.
Who just got the Philosopher's Stone? Okay, no, Rubik picked it up. Because I thought Nature's Prophet might have just ulted and then it killed a creep that Dire were farming.
Yeah.
Dude, this is Nature's Prophet nerf. If you ult and you kill a creep that's next to the Dire, they just pick it up and it's your item.
Doesn't it have to be you who...
Well, that does count as you, right?
Your hero has to be near it for it to drop for you, though, right?
Right, okay. I didn't know they had to be near it. Fair enough.
I don't know. I mean, Meepo's terrible right now because if his units count as heroes still. So he drops items everywhere, and his main Meepo has to come and pick them up, which is obviously extremely inefficient and very annoying.
Oh, yeah, that's... Or the support's just going to pick them up, because they're the only ones that want them anyway.
Yeah, but you can't have it sitting on the floor for that long. You get so many items stolen. Anyway, Yol tries to come out and defend this one, but the tower's already dead, and I think he's just looking to join them with a nice little Winter's Curse. Gonna buy him a little bit more time, but with the cooldown coming in, that's gonna put an end to Yol. Nefrit trying to hold this little high ground here. They're making themselves scarce, playing around the shrine as well. Secret, are you sure you want to do this? It's into a shrine. You're not showing much respect here, but they don't really care. They're jumping on the front lines. A nice 3-man gore call coming in as well. Boogie's getting a lot of work done. Can they bring down the gyrocopter? Yes, they can. He eats the deck as well with Wish, just doing so much much damage from the backlines. Matsu and Yapsor both dead. Zai on the run as well. Puppey on his way back. Although Nisha will be able to get a turnaround kill onto Yol once again. Nikuru as well. He's in some trouble. He's going to die as well. It's only an Aegis. And Nisha took down 3 heroes with him. So...
I mean, they have to be able to get onto this Tinker in the backline. Like, at the moment, they have massive problems with it. Yeah, he's building a 4-star on Rubik. I'd be very surprised if they didn't start changing their items up now. Because I think they realise that he is the only problem in the fight. It's like he's got 3 marches down, like he's constantly firing rockets, and nobody touched him the whole time.
Yeah. At the same time, though, you know, it's you kill Matsu, sure. However, Nisha still is a huge problem. They only managed to bring him down by throwing 3 heroes at him, and now he's going to get himself a BKB before the next fight. This is going to mean he cares much less about the Tinker. Things are only going to get worse from here, I feel, unless they can find some more aggression, which is exactly what they're trying to do. Puppey is a target, or is Nefrit the target? He's running them back into the March of the Machines, but Zai don't care. Zai's got another life, so he's just running straight at them right now with that borrowed time available. Nefrit heaves up all of these Curse of Furnaces, and he's just going to toss him all the way back. Alley-up, my friend. Now, they're looking towards... They actually defended this outpost and getting themselves some XP, which is very, very important. The war for the outpost was won by, well, war as it happens.
The other thing I think we should talk about is the fact that they're going to hit this BKB timing soon on Secret. Where Gyro's going for his, like TA's going to have hers. And then at that point, like the Tinker doesn't do anything, right? In that 10 second of fighting.
Yeah.
And so if they can use that time of the long BKB charges to get good objectives, like maybe pick up the second Roche when it spawns relatively soon, 5 minutes or so, they can look to go high ground. But you know, there is an axe call that goes through BKB, like they have Curse as well. I don't think it's done and dusted yet.
It certainly isn't. Yapsor's waiting to see if he can maybe find himself a Tinker. They have a lot of options for trying to get this Tinker though, right? Like they've got the Sprout for the flying vision, you've got trees which can go and investigate, you've got traps which can be placed anywhere to try and see where he is. A Tinker is never going to feel safe this game.
You shouldn't feel safe, but it's not hard lockdown. Like, yeah, trees attack you, but you can just like rearm blink, and like traps hit you, but you can just rearm blink. They need, like, stuns.
True. True.
It just
or enough
feels
damage
like
on the TA just to one-shot him.
Yeah. It feels like they're not worried about that, though, and they're just going to play for BKB timings instead.
Is under attack.
Yeah, like, he's going Hood on Rubik, so they're trying to hit this high ground timing with second Aegis and BKBs, where they can just pipe the wave and keep it alive. Interesting. So it's not about killing the Tinker, it's about just outlasting him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, well, 21 minutes into this game. Wind and Rain, they are performing okay. 10k under the gun now. It's going to be a long climb back up if they're going to start to turn this one around. And as I said before, you know, it doesn't feel like they have much to fall back on. The Tinker, yes. The Tiny, I don't really see him as this late game option for them. It's late game options that they really lack.
I mean, Tiny scales better than it did before now, just because of how the tree throw and like the tree grab works.
Yeah.
But it's not by much. Like, it's still going to fall off a little bit. But because they have the Ogre, look how fast he attacks. Like, he's
scary.
Scary.
Yeah, and this means that objectives are always going to be open for Wind and Rain, because the objective taking on this Tiny is completely mad. Smoke up, run forwards. Okay.
So there's a pipe on Abba, and there's a pipe on Rubik.
They see Matsu. Are they going to go for him, though? Or a little bit of hesitation. They didn't have the blink available on the axe at the time, or at least he wasn't in range or something. I don't know why Buki didn't go there, but...
Nefrit went first on
Yeah.
the Tiny instead of the axe going first. So when the smoke broke, axe was further back than the Tiny. That's not how you want to be playing the smoke, unfortunately.
No, a really, really big opportunity for a pick-off there. I think that absolutely would have happened, but unfortunately, they miss out pretty big.
Following the Ogre. Ogre didn't kill the one that he dug up, so now it's just following him everywhere.
Seriously? Oh, he's got a pet.
IDC Fog.
He's got a pet. Oh no, don't murder your RSPCA.
Oh. It's like a little small dog yapping at your legs.
Somebody called Peter. Peter.
Mid.
Yeah, Nefrit's getting jumped upon right now. A TP in from Zai, and now Nisha coming to join the party as well. And he's blocked off beautiful trees coming out from Puppey, keeping him up on that high ground with the Blanchins there as well. But Nefrit, he is really damn tanky. They're struggling to bring him down, so they're going to go to the backlines instead. He's going to be the target. Zai healing up through all of these March of the Machines. Nefrit's still alive. My goodness, how tanky is this man? He's just running himself away. Meanwhile, Zai diving so deep, manages to kill off Nikwa. Rocket is going to collide with Nefrit, and there's not enough to bring down Zai. Meanwhile, Nisha, he finds Boogie. He's looking towards Yol as well. Yol turns around with the stun, with the runaway, turns around for one last ignite before he says good night. And that is going to be 3 down on the side of Wind and Rain for absolutely nobody dropped on the side of Secret. It was an awkward fight. They didn't get the kill they wanted, but they got everything else instead. 3 heroes dead. The Tiny and the Tinker are still alive, and they immediately leap up onto this high ground, just trying to get the damage done to this tower before the Tinker can get set up. This is extremely important, how they're playing this. The Tinker might not be dead, but he still has to go to base. He has to wait for his mana. He has to wait for his health, so you can get a bit of damage up on this tower, but it's not quite enough to blow it up. Down to about 50% HP, which they will be happy with, and they'll probably wait for the next Roshan.
Yeah, it's really important that when you're playing against this Tinker, you get whatever you can from objectives at every possible moment. And like you say, it's like a 5-on-2, right? You have to respect that they're coming up, but get at least a little bit of damage on this tower. Because as the game goes on and on, it gets harder and harder to push his objectives. They actually went Kaya on Tinker as well.
Kaya's always one of these cool items we see every now and again on heroes like Tinker.
Chant Quiver. Nice. Nice.
Ooh, who picked that up?
The TA.
Alright, so does this mean you get like huge ass meld strikes?
Yes, because he also has Dragon Lance as well. Cool.
I want to see this.
I think he gives it to a Timberman anyway, though, right? Yeah, he's given it.
No, he's giving it to Vambrace. He wants it. Okay. Alright, I'm ready. Let's see it. I want to see how big this meld strike is.
Dire are scanning.
I want to see Nisha's meld strike.
My Timberman might be in a little bit of trouble here. There's a smoke coming up his way.
I feel like they know. Yeah, this is a good improvement from last time. Unfortunately, they've spotted Zaya's instead. So, oh, nice juke around the tree there. Yeah, they just give him the happy feet. They are going to try and pop his ulti at the very least. Matu is waiting, though. I think he might be looking to go on this. Can the Secret boys get over here in time? They certainly are trying. And actually, Puppey coming in on the backlines there, just trying to bully the Tinker and force him out of this fight. But he's coming back in. He's in the trees, but they have pretty good vision over him. But look at the damage coming down onto Puppey. Wyish trying his way around this one, but they're just going to destroy the trees all around him. He's getting low on HP. He's actually going to die here. Zai gets a kill. Tinker brought down. Nika as well in some trouble as the Meld Strike from on far finds one. And now they're looking towards Nefrit as well. Nefrit trying to get the TP out. Should be able to complete this one, but this time he is the only one left alive. They get absolutely everybody, and that was just messy from start to finish. They couldn't decide if they wanted to kill Zai, just pop his ulti, or get out, and instead it's just a really messy split fight with everybody definitely not on the same page.
They found the one person in the smoke they didn't want to fight in Zai, and then
but then they didn't
like
get out. They stuck around. They try and pop his ulti, whatever, and now they get the buyback.
But then during the fight, they all went on the Tinker apart from Nisha, who found the axe, and then he was constantly attacking the axe to stop the reinitiation coming in from the blink ball.
Yeah, it's been really annoying.
Dire's top shrine.
And they're just going to look to go for the Rose shit. You know, they have Abba, they have TA.
Down goes Roshan, down goes that Aegis. Nisha will be picking it up, and with the double damage as well, definitely going to be looking for a bit of action now.
So basically, he gets what's it, 520, a 920 attack range meld if he has Enchanted Quiver it.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of saw the side of that one. I think it was on the Tiny, or maybe the... Oh, no, it was on Boogie on the Axe.
Yeah.
It travels a really long way. You'd be surprised to hear. Tinker needs to get out. Tinker needs to get out now. He is managing to do so. Oh, they didn't have the vision for him.
Oh, Yapsor just blinks where he was.
Yeah, Yapsor has Winter's Curse, by the way.
Yeah, I was just about to point out, this is so good, because the thing is, if the Tinker ever goes near anybody that's cursed, it's just going to set up for him to die straight away afterwards. So he has to be really careful now on Wish. Has no buyback as well, so one more death, that's probably the game for him and the rest of his team.
They could maybe look towards Yapsor here. He's actually going to show himself. Jumps forward with a lift, and they're TPing into this outpost right now. It's going to take some time, but Yapsor has plenty of time to give them. Popping that Winter's Curse and setting up beautifully as the rest of the team just trying to get around him. Another counter Winter's Curse, but Wish just disappears. The damage is way too much, and Nikru as well. I don't think he's getting it. Oh, never mind. If they don't have the detection, they do get it down just at the end, but Nikru just about gets out.
I think Puppy underestimated the range, like the vision that Sentry Ward gave because he went really close before he put the Sentry Ward down.
They're pinging this now, though. They're pinging this now. 75 seconds until the Tinker is back. That is an awfully long time and an awful lot of buildings they could be taking. They're pushing down mid. They're pushing down top. Nefret thinking of going for the toss back onto Matu, but then realizing that it would probably just result in them. Oh, okay, they're bringing him back really, really far. He's going to pop the BKB. The taunt comes out. Nesh are trying to follow up as well. They're forcing the dive, but they will be able to kill Yol. They've eaten the cheese. They've turned it around. Nefret on the run. The Invis going to help him out a lot. They're able to hold on. But I mean, they went for the toss back onto the gyrocopter. Meanwhile, Yapsel digs up a bounty rune. Nice. Nefret doing his best on the front lines here. He does hit so hard, but now he's stunned up and they just go for the back lines once again. The call comes in to save Nikwa's life. Nikwa also dropping the cold embrace onto himself, but the moment he comes back, the Fade Bot picks him off. Nisha's getting low. Nisha's getting real low, but he's got that Aegis. He doesn't really care. The Culling Blade finishes him off, but Nefret is dead. And with only 2 heroes left, I don't think there's much more to give from Wind and Rain right now. They might have to take this one. 30 minutes.
I think it's up in 10. I think they should try and at least make one more.
Yeah, they've got the tier 2 at bottom, so...
They lose 2 sets to Rats, but I know they're 31k down. Just pretend you can't see that, guys.
Alright, yeah, we'll cover this bit up. There you go, my cursor's there now. Nobody knows how much they could be ahead. Schrodinger's number. I'm sure it's not much. But they're going for the win right now, Team Secret. They don't care. The March, it's doing a bit. They're peppering them. But with the next tier 4 down, Matu, Nisha, they're surrounding this Ancient right now. Nikwa trying to hold them back. Boogie running forwards. They're forcing back Team Secret now.
I like that people are just dropping the GG branch right next to them.
Yeah, it's very well mannered.
He has a solar crest now, by the way. So. Good luck, guys. It just feels like this Tiny and Axe didn't get enough done in the early stages of the game, right? Like, they have this really strong core combination into the burst. Yeah, they found a couple of kills, but it was didn't ever transition into anything. Whereas Secret were kind of just grouped up really early. They knew exactly how they wanted to play, moving from objective to objective. They have these 3 strong cores that hit the same timing.
Yeah, you have to stop TA. You absolutely have to stop TA. But I like the smoke, you know, going into their own vision, see if anybody's going to take up to the high ground. And, Tinker with the Ghost Scepter just wants to make sure he doesn't get jumped on by the TA or anything. But once again, smoke perfectly red. They know exactly what's going
on the TA now as well, so trying to run away from her is a lot quicker on the Tinker. He has no way of getting off the Orchid. So if he's
at the same time, he can blink though, can't he?
Sorry?
There's no magic damage on the TA though, so he can always blink away from her.
Yeah, he can if he hasn't just blinked. So like, if he's like halfway through rearming when he gets Orchid, he's just gonna die.
True.
Double damage.
And a man just gonna chill on the cliff for... Oh, okay.
Using his little spider's legs.
Yeah, scuttling around the place. He's just having some fun. Now sees Yol. He's like, oh god, there's heroes here. Well, we can actually fight this one. Meanwhile, Boogie just gets absolutely eliminated.
The toss and Rubik.
Oh, tossing TA back over to Matu. They're juggling heroes right now. The TP out. Oh, okay. Matu's taking a bit of damage, but not really enough to be a threat. Nisha's back in. Yol on the high ground. He misses. The cold embrace is there, though, keeping him still. He's pretty nervous right now, but it's okay. He's holding on.
I know that Nisha just gets tossed in by the Rubik and then Tiny tosses him back out again to somebody else.
Juggling TAs. Look at these spider legs. Zydus raiding the high ground with Matu right now. They are up. They are getting to work. Without an axe, it's very hard for them to initiate any kind of fight. They want to try and poke for the time being. Nefrit is still very tanky on the front lines, especially with his Titan sliver. And they look over towards Martu. Martu popping that BKB. Yapsa with the lift on the back lines, holding up the Winter's Curse. User Nikwa, he is dropped. The Fade Bolt comes in. Nefrit getting low as well. Needs to make his way back to base, but at the same time can't let the barracks fall. But the barracks are falling. Wish throwing in some artists, and they managed to get the TA locked down. All right, Nisha is dead. That's something, but as are your barracks. Mega creeps are gotten. There's a buyback on Nisha. They just wanted to end it now, but to be honest, Team Secret, they know what position they're in. They're going to play it safe. They're going to wait out the clock. And Wish is still looking forward, and they have the call out onto the Gyrocopter, but I'm not sure Wish can really follow up that hard on this. He doesn't have that much damage, and he's got a TP back for health. Meanwhile, down goes the axe, and Nefrit, I think he's going to go down as well. And the GG well plays are called. Game number 1 in 33 minutes will go to Team Secret.
This was... I don't think this was necessarily an easy win for them at the start, but it felt very choreographed. Like they knew what they wanted to do. They moved from objective to objective. They got the first Roche. They went and controlled the rest of the map. Got the second Roche, and then that was their time. They hit BKB at that moment as well. And the Tinker delays the game for a long time, but he's never like pushing them in a position where they can win the game for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. It's a balance, right? Like you've got a good draft on the side of Wind and Rain. I felt, I don't feel like they got particularly outdrafted, but Team Secret definitely had some ideas. And then you kind of had a decent laning phase where they didn't come off too badly. The graphs will reflect that as well. It was Team Secret favor, but very, very tiny amount. And then you need to look at the mid game, and the mid game is when you're playing as 5. It's when the team tactics are going to come into it, and that's when Team Secret are obviously going to come into their own. They know how to play as 5. They know how to gank, coordinate, make decisions. We saw some indecisive fights from Wind and Rain, and despite only having 8 kills to their name, which I feel is very unfair. They probably deserve more than that, but I mean that's just a symbol of how well Team Secret are playing. They're just always going as 5. There were no pickoffs to be had. It was very hard to play into them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Secret just group up and they go, right? Like, how does an Axe and a Tiny play if they want to find pickoffs when Secret just 5 all the time? And if you pick off somebody, it's like, it's Yaps or a puppy, right? Like,
yeah.
It doesn't mean anything.
But there was still like farming efficiently across the map. They weren't just grouped as 5, farming as 5, sharing XP and golden, etc. That's not efficient. They were still spreading out Team Secret. You saw that gank on Martu. One of the few times they actually had a chance to pick somebody off, and still like the lack of coordination from Wind and Rain caught them out. Up in the top jungle as well, when they weren't sure if they wanted to jump onto Zai and then still wanted to commit to the fight. Like, oh, maybe we can burst this borrowed time. The let's see what happens kind of mentality just isn't going to fly against these teams. So that is going to be game number 1 victory for Team Secret.
I'm really looking forward to see more of this open qualifier team, though. I mean, these new kids on the block, nice to see them. See if they can make it all the way to the major through the open qualifiers.
Absolutely,
it's great.
Alrighty, let's take a short break, and then we'll be back with game number 2 in this best of 2 series between Team Secret and Wind and Rain. My name is Nomad. You've been Mo Farah. If you're enjoying the cast, then please do throw us a follow on Twitter, and we'll be back very shortly to bring the second game of this best of 2 series. And after that, of course, we have Alliance versus Viking coming up, and then to end the day, it'll be Sword Dark versus Team Secret. So don't forget to stick with us for all the action in EU Group B here on Beyond the Summit.